Game day week 7 up next. Last week, Parker Kingsbury showed his butt. That boy was all over the field, offensively, defensively, and on special teams. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like it. He had a kickoff that he pushed into the corner that his team recovered as the kicker was 100% on special teams in extra points. And then on defense had an interception. On offense, a touchdown down the sideline. He put on a show for his people, as did Lance Carwat. As a senior, homecoming game, he had a career night, big receiving, yards after the catch, running down the middle, making defenders miss, scoring and celebrating with his teammates. That was an awesome night for him, and I'm sure for his family to be able to take that in. Shout out to Coach Drew and the boys. They move on to 6-0. Up next is Ithaca, a huge game. They're gonna go ball out, do their thing, and be daring. This week, we get to check out another trio of awesome sophomore stars. 3 dudes that have been balling with us all offseason long. Now they get to take their chance at homecoming. We can't wait to check them out. John Glenn, homecoming versus Freeland. Checking this game out means something special to us. The Freeland community is a huge support and really a key piece of the Michigan Made story. That's where we started our journey, really connected with kids, the community, the schools, athletic directors, and coaches. The Freeland Sports Zone gave us a home and opportunity to grow Michigan Made and what we love. And now we get to come back and check out a lot of these young youth ballers that are coming up and now at the high school level. It's a special night for us to be able to see them play and do their thing, and also just to be able to support and connect with those families again. John Glenn is a place that's special to us because of the players that play there and also because of the man that leads them. John Horton is a great coach, a great motivator and mentor. He was the coach at Swan Valley when we first moved to town here in 2016. And to see him grow and improve as a leader among young men with his offensive line and defensive line training, off-season workouts, and now putting that whole plan into action at John Glenn, brand new turf. It's cool to see him spread his wings and do his thing. The breakdown for John Glenn. Last year, John Horton was 2-7. This year, 3-3. They're coming off a game against the Muth last week. We know how that goes. That's a buzzsaw, so they're looking to rebound this week against Freeland. For Freeland, they have Kevin Townsend at the helm. He is a TVC Titan, a long tenure coach. Really admire the way that he develops young men, young people. Their record last year was 9-2. They had a second round bounce from the playoffs. This year, 6-0, doing more of the same. They're running the table. This is a huge week for them. Then they set the table for another big clash against rival Frankenmuth next week. From Freeland, we have 2 great people, Ben Washabaugh and Elijah Washabaugh. Great young people, a part of our program. I love Elijah, his character, the way that he leads. He is the future of Freeland football and the next QB1 of the varsity team next year. He is a freshman right now, starting on the JV team, really doing his thing, spreading his wings, and I love to see him go. We also have Cam Kiefer, who is an underclassman in the program, along with Nick and Grant Goodenough, who played with us back-to-back springs. We've also got Isaac Dykeman and Landon LeVictor, who are part of our organization and have played the last couple of years. Landon played with us in the national championship this last year at Las Vegas. Max Tampa is another baller, upcomer, new to the game of football and already making his name known on the JV level as a freshman. And then the 2 biggest dogs I know, Jackson Horner and Dylan Horner. Dylan scored 5 touchdowns last week. Keep going, baby. Also for Freeland, we have Sam Talaga, who worked with our organization and played in our 7-on-7 program, now at Harvard University, doing his thing. A really special talent, but also a special person. And the reason why he's able to achieve, he's got great people around him at Freeland, and that's not a mistake for him to be able to go on to the next level. And there's more young pups that are coming behind him that are doing the exact same. Next up is Tristan Comer, who was a part of our original Michigan Made 7-on-7 team that you saw earlier in our season. That young man is going to be tearing it up at defensive end. Lastly, we have Ike Sulfridge. He is an 8th grade defensive end. The pedigree will continue. He is ready to take the field at the high school level right now, and I'm not joking. They have a lot of great players at Freeland. We're excited to see all of them and reconnect this week. For John Glenn, Blake Francis, he's dynamite. He'll be lined up at slot receiver, making plays with his hands and with his feet. I know within our organization, Blake is one of the top 2 best slot receivers that I have seen run around and play the game of football. That's going to continue on Friday night. Can't wait to see him cut loose. It's my first time seeing him play live, along with Valentino Solano, one of the hardest hitting, most active, best leaders, most charisma. You can't say enough about him. He was voted a team captain this offseason by his peers. And to see him take the tackle football field, can't wait to see him roll some heads. No 7-on-7 this time. Last but not least, Bradley is one of the most dynamic players we have ever put eyes on. He can jump with the best of them, run with the fastest. He is really knowledgeable, can play multiple positions. He's a true athlete and a real best kept secret of the 2027 class. Can't wait to see what his future holds, and I know that he's excited for that as well. Some other former players from John Glenn that have played in the Michigan Made program are Aiden Badolf, a linebacker for John Glenn, and Sean Westlick, who is now an all-star hooper, getting offers from all over the map. Really cool to see him do his thing and follow along in his journey as well. John Glenn is a really cool place. We were able to take the field with them this summer for one of our youth football camps. We brought current and former players from around the state to come take time with their youth around the area. John Glenn brought out 85 youth to do this with us, and now to come back with them this fall for homecoming and take the field again. It's gonna be great. We can't wait to go back. Like, subscribe, we'll see you there.